They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about SwissBorg is that they have an amazing app.
Pow wow yo yippee yay. This is pile number 45. Super excited to be with you guys today. As always, we're going to talk about the lovely community that we are, then talk about the markets, what are happening with this 10% correction. Are we going down to the bear? Then talk about as SwissBorg ecosystem is flourishing on a daily basis, especially more with the Yield 2.0 to come, and much more news as well, as I might reveal it or not in this next episode. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And if you don't have those beautiful green eyes, you know who to contact. Call Roman Sprengers. What is the difference between yield 0.10 and 2.0? Well, it went from 1.0 to 2.0. It's a big difference. The yield obviously has been one of the most profoundly game changer that we brought, I think so around February, March of this year, and really propelled the SwissBorg token and helped the ecosystem a lot. The Yield 2.0 has the same goal. It's really to bring not only few people, but that 99%, right? Back to the basics of what I left wealth management to essentially recreate wealth management for everyone. And that's the Yield 2.0. That's exactly the fundamental reasons why SwissBorg, we're here today, is to help everyone, and not that 1%. And this is really what it is how to essentially incentivize people to buy CHSB tokens, then start yielding and get high yields if you have small savings. Like that, you could commit a little bit more, because for people, maybe for some people getting in the game, just sending out 10,000 euros is within the click. But many other people, 1,000 is already a huge amount of budget for those people. So if you can start doing that and buying 1,000 euros of CHSB tokens, start yielding at a 20% rate, that's a game changer. You're like, okay, you know, if I'm in this game for a long time and each year I'm bringing more money into it, I'm having a sustainable high yield, this will make me that I'm going to invest more and more, and then get to be Community Premium, Genesis Premium, or other different premium tiers that we'll be bringing in. And like that we could really reward people to getting in and have that virtuous cycle. So even if some people, the 1% is going to be earning less, that 99% will have such a domino effect that will propel essentially our ecosystem. And that's what Old Yield 2.0 is about. Warm welcome to Sergey. Super excited to have this wonderful gentleman. He's going to be our engineering manager for the whole assets team. So he's going to be a real big player within the SwissBorg. Super lovely to have him as well. Bernardo is going to be really awesome. This guy is a 3D motion designer, but I just will call him a fucking great artist. That's what he is. So he's going to be spiking up the game for some videos, some animation. Is there NFTs in that? Most probably, and a lot of different really cool things. So I'm super really pumped to have this wonderful gentleman as well that's just started this week. If you want to be part of this wonderful team, there are so many new jobs happening only on a weekly basis. You could earn up to 3,000 CHSB worth of dollars worth of CHSB if you apply to any of this job and you refer someone to get this job. And by the way, shout out as well to this wonderful rave. Love that party that happened a month ago. Hopefully we'll have another one with the whole Ave team. What I liked as well output as always is our wonderful community. And by the way, congratulations for winning one of the biggest hackathon here in Switzerland, the Geneva one. My portfolios won, and congratulate these lovely gentlemen that some obviously already know. Danny, Bendeo, Coscosmos, GDO, William, Carmen, and King Coin. This is really cool. My portfolio is what it is. It's a deal-funded initiative aiming at providing a platform on which you'll be able to visualize the performance of all your investments. So it's like a portfolio management software. And as it says, that data will be safely stored in Switzerland, free to use, stocks and crypto on the same platform, tailored for SwissBorg. I think so. This is something I do really I think so. It's really cool. And congratulations to the entire team for making it happen. If you are interested by this idea or project, just go on appdo.swissborg.com and let's make it happen. By the way, making it happen, SwissBorg National Council guy, Q3, we only have 45 votes. There's still half of those voters that are missing. So please make sure that you vote for one of these 3 projects. I think the 3 of them are very interesting. Yield on thematics, trigger orders, buy and sell orders that are really cool. And last but not least, have a diminution of euro in fiat for the future and existing premium memberships tiers. These are really 3 good initiatives, so please vote on it. It takes just a few minutes, and it's very meritocratic. News of the week. World cryptocurrency now is more than 3 trillion. We saw that. That was a few days ago. I mean, that was a few hours ago, but that was really, really good. Discord drops Ethereum and NFT. That is actually quite cool. Integration plans to go after Backlash, which is really great. Squid Game finally did crash, which makes sense. You know, it was a scam. And last but not least, I think so one of the biggest update we had for 4 years on Bitcoin just happening, Taproot, a new way to really make sure that essentially we get to have better security on Bitcoin. A lot of people saying this is a game changer. It's not necessarily as big as you could see this as, you know, let's say the London fork of Ethereum, the IP 1552. This is a big one in terms of security, but it's not as big. A shout out as well to entire community. Thank you so much for following and being active on Twitter. SwissBorg has really grown since 82,000 contributors. Big thanks to the marketing team, especially to Sissy for making this. This is a really huge challenge. We are now certified, which really shows that we have skin in the game and we're really big players. So again, thank you so much for following. If you're not, please do comment always on our tweets and share it, repost. That'll be awesome. Market update. We were having really a great pattern happening. The markets were going just crazy. But then as always, too much euphoria goes to some messy, emotional moments where people have the massive sell-off, 10% correction within few hours, things a little bit regaining. We actually went below the 60,000 support, which that is not really a strong one. Now we're back around 60,000. We'll see how things are going to evolve. But there's definitely a lot of people that anticipate that maybe Taproot is going to be really the game changer. It's going to really change it, or just people potentially, you know, they were buying the rumor and selling the news. Hard to really understand. Just by reading here on CoinDesk, what is really Taproot is a constellation of all types of Bitcoin transaction outputs into a singular Taproot output, and will improve privacy by making different types of transaction distinguishable. So it has that secret element to help out. It has a will to better improve programming in general and extracting as well data. That is quite cool as well, and making sure that this is obviously a good way to make things readable. And last but not least, it builds the security because it has a dual signature on the blockchain. So this is great for Bitcoin. It's not necessarily great on the short run though. It's just greater as explained for security reasons. It's better for reading the blockchain. It's better for transactions to happen, and it's better for secrecy as well. So there's a lot of elements in general that is helping, but it's not like halving. It's not like what we talked about, the London fork for Ethereum becoming a deflationary type of value. It's great, but not the best, I would say, for traders. Better for using the blockchain, Bitcoin itself, more than exactly the investors itself. Ethereum, it was actually really going and playing that, that moving averages were doing extremely well, but actually, unfortunately, it braked. Now, as we speak, if I'm not mistaken, we're a little bit lower than that 4,500 or closer to that 4,000. So if we still have that support 4,000, we're probably going to be doing quite well, but they might be a pullback. So let's look into this in the next upcoming days. Well, on the opposite, CHSB is on the moon, and it is strong, really performing 20% in the last week over essentially BTC and ETH, which is really good. Obviously, candlestick shows that there's a lot of positive momentum. Yield 2.0, French coming in. There's a lot of great things that are really fulfilling. I think that the ambiance and as well the mindset is much better right now at SwissBorg within the community. People, you could feel that green heart. It's always there, but here's even stronger. So thank you very much for this, and looking forward to have the Yield 2.0 extremely soon. Guys, OCC, we are about to launch the OCC in the next powwow. Sorry we didn't do it before, but we had some issues with different schedule of calendars. But we will have actually next week a really interesting one that will be with Elliot, really talking about what is OCAM, how does OCAM see its value in the ecosystem, how their ideal platform is flourishing with over 20 projects already, how is the collaboration between SwissBorg and OCAM happening, and how will you benefit from it. All these questions will be answered next week, so please tune in and please enjoy it as much as you can. Announcement of the week, the huge announcement that brings these beautiful rockets up in the sky. It is the Yield 2.0, guys. This is super cool. We have finally been able to establish this. This is for us the big game changer, the one that's going to revolutionize wealth management and really, again, bring the sustainability into it, right? Really making that we are bringing not few people to get wealthy, but entire community. And that's what very small projects think. There's very rare projects that really think about that, right? Like such Bitcoin did back in the last 10 years, is how to revolutionize wealth management. Well, the 2.0 is one of the best way that we believe that will bring wealth management to a new era. And we could not even call this CHSB Yield 2.0. It's probably Wealth Management 2.0, and how to have that, group effect and that virtuous cycle into it, right? But how do you incentivize smaller fish for the benefit to them to become, these bigger dolphins? And while the whales itself benefit even from this, this is how, it's not a, this type of zero-sum game that you always see in finance, which is, one wins and the other one loses, or the other one loses and the other one wins. It's really the opposite here. It's how we create ecosystems that flourish and flourish and flourish, and how we all together get to the right wealth in the right manner. So I'm really excited about this. This is definitely a huge, massive game changer. I heard that we might do a little live. I don't know when, but we might do a little live, so we'll get into it with other people. But you know how it works, right? It's on the website. So how the CHSB yield will be different from the smart yield, that's quite quite easy to understand. There's no real risk to this. It's not deposited into different decentralized financial applications. It's directly done through the app and with no risk to it. What are the yields tiers? What do we need them? Why do we have different tiers? It essentially enables you to get to that certain purpose, to get to that certain goal, and incentivize people to get there. And how do you calculate earnings is a very easy. You could just see that in a very easy way. There's all this in a white paper, and as well you could try out the calculator. That's super well done. And not last but not least, you will still be able to look at on a daily basis what are the rates that you're earning. So I really like this example, right? For in a year, like if you want to get to 2,000 tokens, right? Well, what you would probably need is to invest roughly by 1,300 tokens, right? Or even less, 1,200 tokens. And then by the end of the year with a standard account, you would get to 2,000. And then those 2,000 would enable you to get to be community premium. Then the following year, you could buy again, let's say 1,200, and you'll start yielding still that 24%, even more than that 16%, but 24% in the first year, right? So that's really what it is. It's not just getting into buying some CHSB and then staking it. Is then staking it, but then rebuying some more. Like that, you have that virtuous cycle to essentially, exponentially earn more CHSB tokens. And that's why it's so good for a lot of different people. It could be for the smaller fish, for the medium fish, or as well if you want to go from community premium to Genesis premium or to the next premium that will happen, right? So it's always a very good way to incentivize people to stake, to yield, to be premium, to buy more, to stake, and to yield, and to grow. And this is exactly it, right? When you start to go into a dojo in karate, shout out to Michel and his wife, you start with a yellow belt, right? The white belt, sorry. This is the white belt, right? This then is the whatever belt. And then this eventually is the black belt, right? And that's what it is. It's these different steps in life where you have to learn how to walk. Then you start running, and then you start doing marathons, triathlons, ultratons, whatever is your ambition. Like everyone has a different ambition. Maybe you don't never want to do ultraton. Maybe you don't even want to do a marathon, right? But that's why we have to build purpose with wealth. And the Yield 2.0 is exactly the best thing that could happen to the entire ecosystem. Massive shout out to all our buddies in London, to Brian Rose, to as well Martini Guy, and lovely panel of a lot of crypto ladies from Gemini and Alliance Black and a lot of different things. It's really cool to have another Crypto Night event over there in live in London, which was really cool. So congrats again to the team last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but it was a lot of fun, I heard. SwissBorg and some data. Obviously, these are things going well. Over 8,000 people downloaded, installed the app, and did KYC last week, which that's quite great. It's more than 1,000 per day, which is great. 1.8 billion, almost 9 billion, which is good. Number of users of earning even more with a Yield 2.0 is 99% of CHSB holders. So this is how great this thing is. 67,000 people are going to benefit from this program. This is a lot, but more importantly, will activate a lot of new people to get into it. It's a great tool for acquisition, but it's a very, very, very strong tool for activation and even more for retention. That is the full cycle. Usually, you have campaigns or strategies in any type of company that is for rather it's for acquisition, activation, or retention. But this has the full cycle. That's why it's so great. I'm super pumped about it. And as well, CHSB held by the top 1% versus 90% of yielders, it is 248 million versus 258 million. So essentially, that is not a very big difference. That's really, really small for what it is. And that is not, and for those that is not going to benefit on the short run, it's just going to propel the CHSB to the next level that they're going to, even if their yield is a bit smaller, essentially they will still be earning a much bigger interest as the CHSB will grow in price. CHSB traded by the top 1%, 20 million net, 670 million total volume. So that which is really interesting is to see as well that a lot of fees that are generated today are coming from that tier. CHSB traded by the 99%, no, not coming from that fee, sorry, because it's free, it's Genesis Premium, but CHSB traded by the 99% is coming from 158 million of net, which is 1.1 billion volume total. So a lot of, fees that are taken from these different people are coming from those that will benefit from Yield 2.0. So again, it's another virtuous cycle, and it's actually rewarding them fairly because they've been supporting a lot the SwissBorg ecosystem, as much as, the bigger guys as well. CHSB yield, we had a lot of volume that came, over 30 million that came on USDC, which is great. Overall, the rest seems pretty much same, a little bit shy so on EUROT. I don't know why, guys, you're not using EUROT. It's just because the limit of 3,000 is too small. Let us know here. 1.1 billion, which is great. CHSB itself, great. A little bit, 500 people got into premium. Pretty much same for stake. Obviously, weekly price have evolved much more, but today it was a red day, so bloody red day. But we did a little bit more than 20%. Protect and burn close to 1.4 million, which is great. 150,000 people holding the app, which brings us to the community 9.2. Fantastically well, but as always, when it happens in the midst of the month, activity on Crypto Challenge is not as strong. What happens, I think so in the beginning, is like people are like, yeah, I'm going to win this one. And then a lot of people like, I did a lot of poor forecasts, didn't get lucky. So, okay, I'll wait for the next one. But that's okay. Nevertheless, 9.2 is just amazing. Please remember that everything above 7, it is really good, okay? Tomorrow night is crypto night. And it's with Alexander Larson. Not only, but the most famous guy in the space right now. He is the founder of Axie Infinity, one of the coolest games that's played by over 30 million people in the world. NFT game. He's going to talk about this whole thing. This is one that I'm definitely not going to miss for sure. As always, guys, this communication platform of this power is for you, me, SwissBorg, and the community. So please ask me any question that you have. Follow us on Twitter or on Instagram. Guys, this is a fantastic week. Yield 2.0 is about to kick in. We talked about it multiple times. Now we're delivering it, and it's going to have a huge effect on this market. I'm very, 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 very confident to tell that this is really one of the smartest moves that we ever done. I really want to say as well that the French app is about to be released. We are testing it, so this is super excited. You're going to probably see this very, very soon. So there's so many great news. Next week, we talk about OCAM. And as always, guys, be wealthy, be healthy, love our CHSB. Take care, guys. Bye.
Whether you want to buy 100 Bitcoins or 10 euros, you can always get the best price execution.